Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this moment of transformation, this crucial turning point where we embark on a journey toward not just achieving our dreams, but learning how to truly master the one thing that holds the key to everything, your mind. You see, we all face battles in life. Struggles that seem insurmountable, obstacles that appear unmovable, and fears that attempt to paralyze us. But what if I told you that every one of those challenges, every moment of hesitation, and every instance of doubt begins in a place you may never have considered? The very core of your being. It's the battlefield of the mind. Imagine this. Every single challenge, every struggle you face, every victory you claim, and every failure you endure, all begin as a thought in your mind. It all starts there. The decisions that shape your life are formed within that space between your ears. Whether you succeed or falter, it begins in the mind. And the truth is, you will never change your life unless you first change the way you think. In the world we live in, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, negativity, and outside influences that can derail us from our true path. It's easy to blame circumstances, external forces, or people around us for our struggles. But the reality is, the most powerful thing you can control is your mind. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they are the seeds of your future. What you think today will determine the life you live tomorrow. However, there's a problem many people face. They don't realize this. They wander through life thinking they can change their reality without changing their mindset. They strive for new habits, better outcomes, and personal growth, but they fail to address the one thing that governs it all: their mindset. You can't change your circumstances without changing your mind. Your thoughts shape your emotions fuel your actions shape your destiny. It's as simple as that. You can read all the self-help books, listen to all the motivational speeches, and dream about your success all you want, but if your mind remains stuck in a negative, self-limiting pattern, then none of those efforts will come to fruition. This is where mental mastery comes in. It's a process, one that requires you to gain control over your mind, to recognize when your thoughts are working against you, and to replace them with empowering beliefs that push you forward. This is the first step in truly changing your life. You must learn to conquer the mind before you can conquer anything else. But don't worry, this is not as daunting as it sounds. There are simple, powerful techniques you can implement every day to reshape your thoughts and build the life you truly desire. You'll begin to develop a mindset that serves you, not one that sabotages you. It's time to stop letting negative thoughts rule your life. It's time to take control. As we go through this journey, I want you to remember one thing: the mind is your most powerful tool. Once you learn to master it, everything else will fall into place. So let's dive into this journey together. Let's start by recognizing that the battle for your life starts in the mind. And once you win that battle, you will unlock a future beyond your wildest dreams. It all begins now. The battle begins in the mind. Every challenge you face in life, every setback, every fear, every moment of hesitation starts in one place: your mind. Before anything happens in the world around you, it begins with a thought. Before you achieve success, before you take action, before you speak a word, it starts in your head. The mind is where the battle begins. And if you don't learn how to win that battle, you will constantly feel stuck, defeated, and overwhelmed, even if everything else in your life looks fine on the outside. Most people live their entire lives without realizing this. They try to change their habits without changing their mindset. They try to fix their circumstances without fixing their thinking. But you can't build a new life with an old mind. Your thoughts shape your emotions shape your actions shape your life. So if you want to change your life, you have to start with your thoughts. But here's the problem. Most people are not thinking consciously, they are reacting. They wake up and immediately fall into a pattern, checking their phone, thinking about problems, replaying past mistakes, worrying about the future. Their mind is running on autopilot, full of fear, doubt, and distraction. And they wonder why they feel anxious, stuck, or lost. Let me make this clear. You will never master your life until you learn to master your mind. And you don't master your mind by accident. You do it on purpose. You do it with discipline. You do it with awareness. That brings us to the first powerful technique: catch and replace. It sounds simple, But this one habit can completely transform how you live. Here's how it works. Start paying attention to your thoughts. Not just once a day, but constantly. Catch them as they come in. When a thought appears, ask yourself, is this thought serving me or sabotaging me? Is this thought building my future or keeping me stuck in the past? If it's a negative, fearful, or limiting thought, replace it. Don't allow it to take root. Don't argue with it. Don't analyze it endlessly. Just replace it. Speak a better thought. Think a stronger truth. Say something to yourself that moves you forward. When your mind says, I'm not good enough, you say, I'm still learning and every day I'm getting better. When your mind says, this is too hard, you say, I've handled hard things before and I'll handle this too. You're not lying to yourself. You're leading yourself. You're reminding your mind who's in charge. This is the beginning of mental mastery. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens one thought at a time. And once you take control of your thoughts, everything else begins to change. Reprogram your mind for success. Mastering your mind doesn't stop at catching and replacing negative thoughts. The next step in this process is to reprogram your mind for success. And this is where most people miss the mark. It's easy to fall into a cycle of thinking that you are the way you are and that you can't change. Maybe you tell yourself, this is just who I am, or I've always been this way and I don't know how to change. But here's the truth. You are not stuck with the programming you were born with. Your mind, just like your body, can be trained. You can change your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, if you're willing to put in the work. Think about it for a moment. From the day you were born, you've been receiving information and experiences that have shaped your beliefs. Maybe you've been taught to believe that success is for other people. Maybe you were told that you'll never be good enough. Maybe you've experienced failure, rejection, or hurt, and now you hold on to that as part of your identity. But that's not who you truly are. That's simply the programming that you've picked up along the way. Now you have the power to rewrite that programming. How? Through the power of affirmations and visualization. Let's start with affirmations. Affirmations are statements that you repeat to yourself, and they serve as a powerful tool for reprogramming your mind. When you repeat a positive affirmation consistently, you are planting new seeds of belief in your subconscious mind. Over time, those seeds begin to grow into new patterns of thought. For example, if you've struggled with self-doubt, an affirmation might be, I am confident and capable of achieving my goals. If you've been stuck in a cycle of fear, you might affirm, I embrace challenges and I grow stronger through adversity. The key to effective affirmations is consistency. You need to say them every day, multiple times a day, until they begin to sink into your subconscious mind and become part of your identity. But affirmations alone won't do the trick. You need to pair them with visualization. Visualization is the process of mentally rehearsing the life you want to create. It's not enough to just say the words, you have to feel them. When you visualize your success, you are programming your mind to believe that what you want is already on its way to you. When you visualize yourself achieving your goals, you begin to create new neural pathways in your brain, pathways that lead to success. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself living the life you desire. See yourself waking up confident, moving through your day with purpose, achieving your goals effortlessly. Feel the emotions of success, fulfillment, and gratitude as if you're already living that reality. The more you practice visualization, the more you begin to align your mind with your desires, and the more your actions will reflect that new reality. This combination of affirmations and visualization works together to reprogram your mind. Over time, the negative beliefs and self-doubts you've held on to will fade, replaced with a deep sense of self-belief, clarity, and purpose. Build a mindset of consistency. Now that you've learned how to catch and replace negative thoughts, and how to reprogram your mind for success, the next critical piece of the puzzle is building a mindset of consistency. Consistency is the glue that holds everything together. Without it, no amount of positive thinking or visualization will lead to lasting change. You see, most people start strong, they get motivated, they feel inspired, and they make big plans for their future. But when the initial excitement wears off, they fall back into old habits. They stop following through. They lose momentum. This is where consistency becomes your superpower. You must learn to show up every single day, even when the motivation isn't there, even when things get hard, and even when you don't feel like it. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment when everything aligns. It's about deciding that no matter the circumstances, you will continue to take action. You might be thinking, but how do I stay consistent when I'm not always motivated? The answer lies in discipline and routine. Here's a powerful truth. Motivation is fleeting. One day you'll feel like conquering the world, and the next you might not want to get out of bed. That's just how motivation works. It comes and goes. But discipline is different. Discipline is the ability to push through the resistance, even when motivation is absent. To develop discipline, you need to create a routine. A solid routine removes the need for constant motivation because it becomes part of your daily life. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to force yourself to feel like it. You just do it because it's ingrained in your lifestyle. Think about successful people. They don't just get lucky or wait for inspiration to strike. They follow routines that help them stay focused and productive every day. Whether it's waking up early to meditate, working out consistently, or setting aside time each day for learning and growth, their routines become their foundation for success. So, how do you create a routine? Start small. Choose just a few habits that align with your goals. If you want to get fit, start with a 15-minute workout every morning. If you want to develop your career, commit to reading or learning for 20 minutes each day. Over time, these small actions will become automatic. They will build the consistency that's necessary for growth. Another key to consistency is to track your progress. When you track your actions, you reinforce your commitment to your goals. You start to see patterns and improvements, which motivates you to keep going. This tracking doesn't have to be complex. It can be as simple as writing down your daily tasks and checking them off when completed. You'll begin to feel a sense of accomplishment, which fuels your momentum. And remember, it's okay to stumble along the way. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. You're going to face challenges, you'll have setbacks, and there will be times when you don't perform at your best. But what matters is getting back on track. The key is to never stop. If you miss a day or fall off course, don't get discouraged. Recognize it, adjust, and get right back to work the next day. Consistency is the foundation that allows you to turn small efforts into massive success over time. It's about making the commitment to yourself that no matter what happens, you will keep going, keep growing, and keep improving. The results may not come immediately, but with unwavering consistency, they will come, and they will be worth it. Overcome the fear of failure. At this point, you've learned how to replace negative thoughts, reprogram your mind for success, and build consistency. But there's one more crucial element you need to tackle: the fear of failure. Fear of failure is one of the greatest barriers standing between you and the life you want to live. The moment you begin to pursue your dreams, fear creeps in, whispering doubts, convincing you that you're not capable or that you'll never succeed. It holds you back, paralyzing you into inaction, and sometimes it convinces you to give up altogether before you've even started. But here's the truth. Failure is not the enemy. Failure is simply a step in the process of growth and success. Every successful person has faced failure. In fact, many of them failed repeatedly before achieving their goals. It's not the failure that defines you. It's how you respond to it that matters. Let me ask you this: what is your definition of failure? Many people see failure as something to avoid at all costs. But the most successful people in the world have a completely different perspective. They view failure as a learning opportunity. Every time they fail, they learn something new about themselves, their strategy, or the world around them. This shift in perspective is what enables them to keep moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. Reframing failure is one of the most powerful techniques you can use to overcome fear. Instead of seeing failure as the end of the road, you must train your mind to view it as a signpost. When you fail, it's simply telling you that you're on the right path. You're pushing boundaries, trying new things, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. And every failure gets you one step closer to success. But how do you stop the fear from holding you back in the first place? Start by embracing imperfection. The fear of failure often comes from the belief that you have to be perfect, that you have to get everything right the first time. But the truth is, perfection doesn't exist. We are all constantly evolving and growing. What matters is that you keep going, even when things don't go perfectly. You also need to break down your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Fear thrives in the unknown. When you look at a massive goal, it can feel overwhelming. The idea of failing seems even more terrifying. But when you break that big goal into smaller, achievable tasks, it becomes much more manageable. Focus on what you can do today and take that first step. The momentum you build from accomplishing small tasks will help you build confidence and ease your fear of failure. It's important to remember that failure does not define you. Your response to failure does. You failed? Don't let it determine your worth. Take the lesson from it, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. And most importantly, stop letting the fear of failure control your decisions. When you move in spite of fear, when you take action even when you're uncertain of the outcome, you take away fear's power. In the end, overcoming the fear of failure is not about eliminating fear entirely. It's about learning to act despite it. It's about recognizing that fear is a normal part of the journey, but it does not have to be your master. You can choose to embrace failure as part of your growth and use it to fuel your success. Cultivate unshakable confidence. By now, you've learned how to replace negative thoughts, reprogram your mind for success, build consistency, and overcome the fear of failure. But there's one final key element you need to unlock the full potential of your mind. Unshakable confidence. Confidence is the cornerstone of everything you do. It's the fuel that keeps you moving forward when the world seems to push you back. Without confidence, even the best techniques and strategies will fall short. Confidence is what allows you to believe in your abilities, to trust that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacle, and to take action even when things seem uncertain. The question is, how do you build and cultivate true, unshakable confidence? First, you need to recognize your value. You are worthy of success, of happiness, and of all the things you desire in life. Too often, we let self-doubt creep in, convincing us that we are not enough or that we don't deserve the life we want. But the truth is, you are more than enough. Your value is not determined by your mistakes, your failures, or anyone's opinion of you. It is inherent in who you are as a person. To build confidence, start by embracing this fact. You are already enough. There is nothing you need to prove to anyone. You simply need to recognize and own your worth. Every step you take towards your goals, no matter how small, is a step towards reinforcing that truth. With every action you take, you reaffirm your belief in yourself. Second, take action despite fear. Confidence is not the absence of fear, but the ability to take action even when fear is present. The most confident people don't wait for fear to disappear before they move forward. They act in spite of it. When you take consistent action, even in the face of uncertainty, you build momentum. And as you build momentum, your confidence grows. Each time you succeed, even in the smallest way, your belief in yourself strengthens. It's important to understand that confidence is not something you either have or don't have. It's a skill that you can cultivate with practice. You can't expect to suddenly feel confident overnight, but by consistently taking action, pushing through your doubts, and seeing yourself succeed, your confidence will grow naturally. Another key to cultivating unshakable confidence is self-compassion. Confidence doesn't mean being perfect or always getting everything right. It means accepting your imperfections and learning from them. When you make a mistake or face a setback, don't beat yourself up. Instead, treat yourself with kindness. Understand that mistakes are part of the learning process and they don't define your worth. The more you practice self-compassion, the more confident you will feel in your ability to handle challenges and grow from them. Surround yourself with positive influences. Your environment plays a huge role in your confidence. If you're constantly surrounded by people who bring you down, who criticize your every move, or who don't believe in you, your confidence will inevitably suffer. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, supportive people who uplift you and believe in your potential, your confidence will thrive. Find people who inspire you, who encourage you, and who remind you of your worth. They will help you see yourself in the best possible light and empower you to continue moving forward. Finally, remember that confidence is a journey, not a destination. Building unshakable confidence is not something you do once and then forget about. It's an ongoing process of growth, self-reflection, and action. Every day you take steps towards your goals, every time you push through fear, and every time you practice self-compassion, you strengthen your confidence. It may not happen overnight, but with time and consistent effort, you will cultivate a level of confidence that is unshakable. As we reach the final part of this journey, let's reflect on everything we've discussed so far. We've explored the transformative power of mastering your mind and how it serves as the foundation for everything you wish to achieve in life. From recognizing the pivotal role your thoughts play in shaping your reality, to understanding the importance of reprogramming your mindset and maintaining consistency. You've been equipped with the tools to break free from limitations and unlock your true potential. But of course, this isn't just about knowing what to do, it's about doing it. Action is the catalyst that propels you from where you are to where you want to be. You've learned that the battle begins in your mind, but now it's time to take charge of that battlefield. Every thought, every decision, every action you take has the power to propel you toward the life you envision. Let me leave you with this. The mind is a powerful force. Use it wisely, nurture it daily, and it will lead you to greatness. You are capable of far more than you realize. If you master your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, you will overcome any obstacle, conquer any challenge, and rise above any setback. As you go forward from here, remember that mental mastery is not a one-time achievement. It is an ongoing process. Keep catching and replacing those negative thoughts. Continue reprogramming your mind for success. Build a routine that drives your growth. And stay consistent even when things get tough. And when fear or failure try to hold you back, remember, failure is not your enemy, it's your teacher. You are not defined by your setbacks, but by how you rise from them. So take control. Own your thoughts, own your mindset, and own your future. The life you want is already within reach. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that you can't do it. But I am here to tell you that you absolutely can. The power to change your life begins with a single thought. Start now. Begin your journey to mastering your mind today and watch your dreams unfold before you. Thank you for joining me on this transformative journey. Now go out there, take action, and make the impossible possible. Your future is waiting. Let's make it happen.